Hello and welcome back to another video. I recently bought a new microphone set, the DJI Mic 2. I've previously been using the Mic 1 for a few years now. I'm going to unbox this one and have a look over the differences between the two of them. Let's go ahead and unbox this and take a look at what's inside. I'll zoom in on the box so you can have a look at the text that's on it. Just a bit of description about the features there and the contents of what we'll find inside. So let's go ahead and unpack it. So inside the box, looks like a sticker and a little instruction leaflet, and it comes in a nice little bag. That's nice actually, it just keeps everything together there. Got charging cable, connection cable for the camera, wind deflector, and another wind deflector, a little sachet of gel to keep the dampness out. Let's put that aside just now. So the first thing I noticed when unpacking that and taking this out is what it's made of. It feels like it's almost metal, it doesn't feel plastic. There's a nice weight to it. The carry case does have a nice weight to it. Also a little USB charging port at the back. The case itself has a built-in battery as well, which charges them without having to plug it in, which is great, so you don't have to worry about if you're going out on the road for a few days to keep finding plugs to charge them. This should charge them, I think it's between 3 and 4 times fully, so a great feature to have, just have the case there like that. So when you open the case, it seems to activate the microphones, which is nice, and there's also some indicators there of how much power it's got left in it, which is also a nice touch as well. The main reason I did upgrade this was, it wasn't because I didn't like the first edition of the microphone. I was actually looking for it buying the case separate. I wanted to keep everything together, as it was a bit of a hassle having to charge both things separately and keeping the things together if I'm travelling and things like that. On some occasions I found I was going to record a video and either the receiver or the microphone wasn't charged and I had to go and charge that, and it was just a bit of a hassle, and I thought, you know what, I'll buy the case. The case was like £50 or £60, and at that time I thought, you know what, why don't I just upgrade it? So that's exactly what I done, and I went with the one obviously with the case and stuff, and getting an extra microphone with it. So it's all held in there quite nicely. As I said, it's kind of, the case feels kind of metal, so it's got a nice bit of weight to it. I like the translucent effect on that, you can see everything inside it, which is nice. and it's got the little magnet in the back to attach to your t-shirt and the likes, and the receiver itself. The first thing that stands out to me is the size of the screen and the little wheel thing here. It's the second microphone, and in there we've got a USB and a lightning adapter for if you want to use it with your phone. So what we'll do now is I'll take a look at the first edition. We can compare that in size and things. Very similar in size. Similar button setup on it also. As however with the receiver I see the main differences here. As you can see, there's a good bit of difference with the size of the screen here. Also the original one doesn't have this little jog wheel here, thing here, which makes it a lot easier to go through the options rather than using your finger. The newer one is slightly bigger, as you can see. The other difference aside from the screen is I've moved the USB-C port from the side round to the rear of the new one. So that's a look at the cosmetic differences between the two of them. As I just bought the single mic the last time, that just came with a kind of cloth carry case, which is actually very good. Everything done its job. Came with very similar accessories as well, with the lightning and the USB-C adapter, the cable to connect to the camera and the USB-C charging cable. So accessory wise it's pretty much very similar, apart from obviously there's no hard charging case with that model. Again, it's similar with this one. I think you can buy that in the single mic form as well, which probably comes with something similar to that. So now we've taken a look at them, let's go over the differences between the two of them. Range wise, both of them have a 250 metre range, so there's not really any differences there with the range. One of the big things with me with this model though over the first one is it supports direct Bluetooth connection, which is great if you want to record on your phone and other things. You don't have to have cables or wires, it's just a case of connect via the Bluetooth and you're good to go. Also, if you've got an Osmo Pocket 2 or 3, you can do the same with that, or probably any other camera. It supports Bluetooth as well. With regards to the size of the touchscreen, the first one's a 0.95 inch touchscreen and the newer one's a 1.1 inch touchscreen. The little dial's called a precision dial on it. It just makes life a lot easier than having to use your finger to scroll through the options, rather than you can just use that now, which is a nice touch actually. Operating hours, the first one has got 15 hours operating and the new one has 18 hours. Not much of a difference there. 3 hours is, I suppose, is a bit of a difference, but I've never used it that length of time that I've run out of charge. The only time I've ever run out of charge is when I've turned it on, I've not charged it, I've maybe left it on and it's run out of charge. But this new one has got another feature which is nice incorporated in it, which should prevent that. It's got an auto power off function, which if you turn your camera off, that will power down too, so you've got no worries that way if you leave it connected. Again, a really nice feature. Something else to look at that this has got, the other one doesn't feature, is it's got digital playback through the USB and Lightning. It also has better noise cancellation, and another bit that might be important to some of you is that it's got 32-bit float recording, which basically, I'm not the best to explain it, but in layman's terms, it does, for instance, if you record the gain and it's too high and it's clipping, there's a lot more play as such to adjust that, and it won't be distorted. Same if you record it and it's too low, there's a lot more room to correct it there and bring your volume up to the correct volume without any loss of quality, which again is a really nice feature to have. My conclusion overall is, if you've got the Mic 1 and you like it, and you don't really see any of these new features as a reason to upgrade, then just keep it. It's a great microphone, it's done me great for a couple of years now, I've never had any hassles with it. If you're in the market just to buy it for your first time, I don't think they even sell the Mic 1 anymore. I could be wrong, but I think the Mic 2 is the main one that's for sale now, and it's actually come down a bit in price, which is nice compared to what it was when it first came out. I think it's about £100 less than it was now. So I would really go for that one, just for the extra features. To me, the Bluetooth thing's a major thing for me. It saves any adapters or cables, you can just connect straight to it, which is brilliant. I suppose you can always use it for Teams calls and things like that if you connect it to the Bluetooth in your laptop, which again is great because you can keep the microphone attached to you, and you can, if you have to leave the computer for any reason, you can still talk and you've still got that 250 metre range, so there's that as well. At the time of this video I paid £220 I think for this, which is great. For the Mic 1 I bought that a couple of years ago. I think for just the single one I had there was about £180, maybe £200, I can't remember, but it was round about that region anyway. So for me to get an extra mic in the case and all these new features, I'm really pleased with that. To me with DJI, you know, I've had a few products in the past and they just always work. They do what they say and they always work, so I've decided just to stick with them. They are a bit of extra cost, but all the products I've had, I've never had any issues or they've not broke down on me or anything like that, so I'm quite happy to stick with this brand. If you want a more in-depth review, I'm probably not your person to go to for this. There's plenty of other good YouTubers out there that go into the details of sound specifications and all that. I'm just doing it from my point of view, and I'm not an expert in these field of things, so hopefully it does help somebody out regarding the two of them making the decision or whether you're deciding to upgrade or not. And going forward I'll now be using that for my videos, which I'm looking forward to trying it out tomorrow. So thanks again for watching, I hope this video helps some of you out. Cheers now, see you soon, bye bye.